Alright, let's dive deep into a fascinating astrological aspect that can reveal profound truths about relationships, Chiron square the Ascendant. Are you ready to uncover the hidden dynamics that shape how we connect and, ultimately, heal within our partnerships? You're in for a journey of self-discovery. In this video, we'll explore the core of this complex synastry aspect, examining the deep wounds and the incredible potential for growth that this connection unlocks. It's about mirrors, reflecting our deepest wounds and greatest potential, a dynamic dance of healing, challenges, and growth. Relationships shaped by this aspect often force individuals to confront their vulnerabilities head-on, embarking on a profound journey of self-discovery and relationship evolution. Now, let's begin. The Chiron Ascendant square in synastry is like a spotlight, illuminating the tender places within a relationship. Think of Chiron as the wounded healer, representing our deepest wounds and our capacity for healing, while the Ascendant acts as our outward persona, the mask we wear to the world. The square aspect creates a dynamic where individuals constantly encounter each other's vulnerabilities. This is where we start to see the impact of deep-seated issues needing to be addressed, where communication becomes essential for understanding and support. Consider this: imagine meeting someone new. Initially, you're drawn to their ascendant, their external presentation. However, with a Chiron square, you're inevitably drawn to their vulnerabilities too. Now, here's where it gets interesting: you start exploring how one expresses themselves, and the journey of healing begins. This can be an intense experience, like stripping away layers. The Chiron person may feel inhibited, like their true self is hidden, while the Ascendant person might feel misunderstood. This inevitably brings deep wounds to the surface. The question is, can you use this to facilitate each other's healing? It sets the stage for expressing needs and desires that haven't seen the light of day. Picture this: a couple, both deeply wounded, yet drawn together by a powerful connection. One, the Chiron person, carries the scars of a difficult childhood, feeling perpetually unseen. The other, the Ascendant person, projects confidence, but struggles with self-doubt. The Chiron person is drawn to the Ascendant's strength but becomes frustrated by the perceived inauthenticity. The Ascendant person, in turn, is drawn to the Chiron person's vulnerability, but overwhelmed by the intensity of their emotional needs. They trigger each other. And the question then becomes, how do you navigate this? But wait, there's a catch: expressing needs and desires is often the biggest hurdle. To navigate this challenging aspect successfully, open and honest communication is key. What do I mean? Well, what if I gave you a scenario? A couple with this synastry aspect often finds themselves in a cycle of miscommunication. Let's say one partner, the Chiron person, struggles to express their needs, fearing rejection. The other, the Ascendant person, may be so focused on maintaining their image that they inadvertently dismiss their partner's feelings. Can you imagine how this cycle of silence and misunderstanding can be so detrimental to a relationship? Empathy is also essential. Offering support and striving to understand your partner's perspective can be so important. The power of empathy really can't be overstated, but it's not just about feeling sympathy. It's about truly putting yourself in your partner's shoes. For example, instead of saying, "I understand," try saying, "Tell me more about what you're feeling. Help me understand." Finally, being self-aware of personal triggers and having the tools to deal with them. This isn't just about the relationship, it's about individual growth and personal healing as well. In this relationship, partners become catalysts for each other's healing. You have the opportunity to move toward a deeper sense of self. Now, how is this different from other relationships? With this aspect, the challenges are often profound, but so is the potential for growth. The Chiron person can become acutely aware of their deepest wounds, while the Ascendant person can become more comfortable with authentic vulnerability. Consider this couple again. Through open communication and empathetic support, the Chiron person begins to heal old wounds, feeling increasingly understood and accepted. The Ascendant person, in turn, sheds the mask of confidence, embracing their vulnerability and finding strength in authenticity. The challenges, however, are equally significant. The Chiron person brings to light the deepest wounds, sources of healing, and vulnerability. The Ascendant represents the first impression, the mask, and how they influence reactions. What do you think happens when they square off? This aspect amplifies the tension. One partner feels triggered, and the other, misunderstood. The challenges within these relationships are often deep-seated. This creates a complex dynamic where past wounds and insecurities clash with how individuals present themselves to the world. This can lead to a series of misunderstandings. How often do you find yourselves in these kinds of situations? Think of the Chiron person, carrying the weight of past traumas, and the Ascendant person, struggling with their self-expression. The Chiron person's vulnerabilities can trigger the Ascendant person, and vice versa. There is also a struggle to express needs and be understood. The Chiron person might retreat, feeling vulnerable and afraid of rejection, while the Ascendant person, feeling constricted in their self-expression, struggles to meet their partner's needs. It is a vulnerable situation for everyone involved. Now let's put this into perspective. The Chiron person's deepest scars are on display, and they fear rejection. The Ascendant person's self-expression might be limited. Often, unspoken needs bring deep-seated issues into sharp focus. The dynamic has the potential to trigger each other's wounds, creating conflict. Here, profound healing can be found when navigated consciously. What do I mean? Think of this: two individuals with this aspect commit to transparency and empathy. They create a safe space where they can openly discuss their feelings, needs, and past experiences. Each partner commits to practicing active listening, truly hearing and validating the other's perspective. Both are willing to show their authentic selves. However, healing takes time. It requires patience, support, and a willingness to work through challenges together. Now, how do you achieve this? Consider couples therapy or individual counseling. To unlock the full potential of this aspect, you need to express needs and feelings openly and honestly. Both partners should feel safe to share their vulnerabilities. The Chiron person needs to develop self-awareness, understanding their triggers and how they react. The Ascendant person needs to practice self-compassion, recognizing their own vulnerabilities. Healthy boundaries are essential, creating a safe space for each individual. The most important thing is that neither partner is responsible for healing the other. Do you understand what I mean? This is not a one-sided journey. Healing is something that happens together. However, recognizing vulnerability is a strength. It doesn't always have to be something seen as bad. Creating a safe space, where both partners can share their deepest fears and insecurities, is crucial. How do you do this? Well, house placements within the birth chart can enrich our understanding of this synastry aspect, revealing specific areas of life where wounds manifest and how individuals express their personalities. For example, if Chiron is in the 7th house of partnership, this indicates wounds related to relationships. Now, how would the Ascendant play out here? It would show how they present themselves in partnerships. So, the Chiron person, in this case, would likely bring their relationship wounds to the surface. The Ascendant person's outward persona is likely to be a reflection of these deep-seated fears. The partners should know that a shared commitment to healing is not a burden. It is an opportunity for profound growth. The synastry chart, as a whole, shows you the specific challenges. So, the next time you encounter this aspect in a synastry chart, remember that it's an invitation to heal and grow together, not a sentence of perpetual conflict. And don't forget, this is a journey, not a destination. What are your thoughts on this aspect? Let me know in the comments below, and share your experiences if you've encountered this dynamic in your own relationships. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of astrology. I'm creating new content every single week to help you better understand yourself and your relationships, from specific birth chart placements to overall synastry comparisons. If you want to continue learning how to better understand your relationship dynamics using astrology, click that subscribe button. Click it.